Here we are then, we're in Ludenden, aren't we, Prince? There's the Lord Nelson. Just had a rather nice pint of Boltmakers. As we turn round, look at the lovely Ludenden church. Where's Prince gone? There he is. Right, let's go down this path made of old headstones. I'm sure the people who died are delighted that they're now a path. Anyway, lovely weir. That's rather a nice house. Now this river burst its banks a year or two ago when I was last here, and look at the damage that it's done. You would not feel very secure living there, would you? Look at that. That's one more flood waiting to collapse, isn't it? So we're still in Ludenden. Look at this, classic Yorkshire street. Last time I was here, there was so much water coming down here, it was like a river. And there was no way on earth you could walk up and down here. It was like ankle deep. You've never seen so much water. So maybe that was the time of the flood. All the village was closed off and you could only just get to the pub, fortunately. But yeah, it was quite a long walk round to get back to where I was staying in Midgley. Yeah. Beautiful though. You don't get this anywhere else. So those of you who've seen Happy Valley will recognise this. This was a episode of the series when God, what would she call that copper? Anyway, she had to come and arrest her sister's boyfriend for being hammered outside the moorings, and everybody was taking the mickey out of him. So here we are, the other side of the moorings. And how about this for a canal basin? Now that's bizarre. Green King, the most rancid beer in the world. You wouldn't expect to find that in Yorkshire. Anyway, so here we are. All been gentrified and modernised. All these boats are for hire. I've just been to get my takeaway from Sowerby. Superb curry house. Obviously around Barrow-in-Furness there isn't a decent curry house within 30 miles. If you're going to have a canal boat, I'd say that that one was the one to have, wouldn't you? Look at that. Jumbo Rafiki. Whatever that means. Oh, there you go. What's that one? That little one at the back there, Electra. Morning becomes Electra. I'll continue in the electrical theme. Oh yeah, Home from Home. Oh, very good. Do you know, when I was 16, Neil was doing his, his final exams in the shipyard to be an electrician, and my dad came down to breakfast and he said, right, big day for you today, you've got to do your exams. He says, right, what's Ohm's law? And of course, Neil, 4 years into his apprenticeship as an electrician, didn't know. And I chirped up, I know, Dad, it's vehicles I are. And my dad went ballistic. He said, oh, even your bloody brother knows, and you don't, how are you going to pass? And he didn't. But anyway, he had the last laugh because ultimately he became an instrument tech, came to his senses, did all his exams, passed them all, and look at him now. The world's his lobster. Here we are. Sowerby Bridge, the Happy Valley. Now then, here's a good one. What is the collective noun for a bunch of alpacas? Yeah, you tell them, Prince. This is Heptonstall, isn't it, Prince? Look at this, cobbly streets. This is Yorkshire. I've said it before, but where else do you get this? Old weavers' cottages. Fantastic. It's like Yorkshire's a different country. Nice to be sat in the sun. Heptonstall. Up there's the church. That's where Sylvia Plath's buried. Prince has still got his coat on, haven't you, son? Still got your coat on. Bit of a nip in the air, but it's lovely and sunny. Here we are in Heptonstall, just near the church. Look at that, that's a bit creepy, isn't it? Those houses looking over the graveyard. There's the yews, you always get yews in churchyards, don't you? Look at these lovely little houses. And here's the old ruined church of Heptonstall. And I believe it burnt down. So rather than rebuild it, the locals came up with a cunning wheeze, and rather than rebuild it, they just built another one. Now why didn't they rebuild the original one? Not good enough. Don't know, but they left it standing, and all the... Look, there's a new one, and all the old gravestones are still there. So, my mission today, I've been here about 6 times, at least. And look, there's the old church. Yeah, I've been here about 6 times, and I thought I've got to find at some point the grave of Sylvia Plath. And every time I come here I have a look, and I can never find it. But apparently it's in the new church, which is this one, in the new church graveyard. So we shall see. Let's see if I can find it. I'm going to have to take a photograph of this because it looks quite spectacular. So, finally found it, Sylvia Plath's grave. Apparently Ted Hughes was a bit of a, shall we say, a philanderer. No doubt he felt the wrath of Plath. Well, here we are in Crag Vale. It's one of my favourite walks. It's amazing scenery and woodland, lovely waterfall. Been here before with Prince and he loves it too. There's loads of walks like this in the Hebden Bridge area. You're walking on the as you can see on the cut stone banks of old mills. Obviously water power in the Industrial Revolution was really important, and this particular stream here on the Lancashire borders is very famous for many mills. My favourite part of England, this. It's got everything you could possibly want from a walking holiday. Spectacular countryside, great pubs, curry houses, interesting architecture, industrial heritage. What more do you want? On the way to Stoodley Pike. There it is in the distance. It was a memorial to soldiers killed in the Napoleonic Wars and stands above Manking Halls and dominates the skyline of Sowerby Bridge and Hebden Bridge. You can see it for miles around. Here we are in the high Pennines on Good Friday morning. Actually not raining once for Easter. How about that? No lambs in the fields here yet, it's too cold up here. They don't come till about May. Not a soul to be seen. So, nearly there. Stoodley Pike. It's a fair old climb up. I ran up here once from down there in 18 minutes. Just met a couple of runners. Yeah, it takes a certain fitness, I guess. But what a view. High in the Pennines. Bit of frost on the ground, look. In the Prince. There is. He's looking forward to going up Stoodley Pike. We're going up to that viewing plinth there. It's a bit creepy because you've got to go up these steps and it's pitch dark. But with the wonders of technology, I've got a torch on my phone, so it won't be too bad. Right, see you in a moment. So here's Prince at the top of Stoodley Pike. You stay there, son. Stay there. Here we go. A beautiful Good Friday day in the Pennines at the top of Stoodley Pike. What a view. I'll have to lift Prince up to have a look in a minute. So we'll have a walk right round and get the full 360. This is what it looks like up the top. Took some effort to build this. Pretty much walked all this area now. There we are. That's where I was yesterday. In the distance there, I can just see Heptonstall Church. And that's the community of Manking Halls, and in the distance there there's a tower, and that's Lumbuck Water Tower. Fabulous. Right, I'm going to lift Prince up to have a look. So here's Prince on a causey path on the Todmorden Country Way, and it's also the Pennine Way going that way. All over West Yorkshire there's a series of these paths, causey paths, and they were pack horse trails taking goods from town to town. Amazing that they're still here and people are still using them, and they're still in pretty good condition. Obviously worn by the passing of feet over the years. Prince has got the right idea, he's heading down. So there we are, that was Stoodley Pike up there where I was not just a few minutes ago. And looking down to Manking Holes, what a great name that is, and Lumbutts, that's a close second. And then down the valley in the distance there, that's Todmorden. Todd, as the locals call it. And then leading away there, up that way, that's the way I'm going, back up the Cliviger Gorge, that's hard to say. I've done some good walks around there as well. That's in deepest, darkest Lancashire. We're still in the borough of Calderdale in West Yorkshire here.